What separates successful people from the rest is that unsuccessful people have dreams, but successful people act upon them. I firmly believe that the reason why most people don't achieve their goals and ultimately their dreams is that they don't take the necessary actions. And just a little disclaimer, obviously taking action won't make all your dreams come true. Luck and your circumstances play a big role, but taking action will always be a prerequisite. And this week I want to apply what I know and take action in my own life. I have a humongous to-do list with all the stuff that I'm not taking action on. A lot of it is stuff that I start but I don't finish because I get distracted with something else. And I guess taking action is a full circle. It means starting but also finishing. I have a lot of stuff I would like to get done this week, but the main one is to finish editing a YouTube video that I filmed like over a year and a half ago. That inaction is what is keeping me stuck in many aspects of my life. So that's my action for the week. Finish editing that video and uploading it to YouTube. And so the question is, what stops people from taking action? The first thing, in my opinion, is that they overthink. I'll use myself as an example related to the action I'm going to take this week. I wanted to make YouTube work for me, but I wasn't taking the actions I needed to take. First, I thought about creating a YouTube channel, but I was too afraid to put myself out there and of what other people would think about me. So it took me more than 3 years to do it. Analysis paralysis is a thing, right? So you think about all the possible outcomes, all the solutions to your problems, and you just get overwhelmed and don't do anything. So instead, just don't think. You can't think your way out of solutions. It may be tempting because you're not risking anything, it's safe, but that's the issue, right? Thinking only leads to incomplete, untested solutions. Instead, just try a bunch of stuff, experiment. If you think, you'll never know, right? So try different stuff. Obviously not always the same thing, and at least you'll get a result, and that will inform the way you act afterwards. You probably know if that is one of the reasons you're not doing stuff. However, a way I like to see it is when a problem takes up more space in your head than it does in real life, then you're probably overthinking. The next reason is that they don't take responsibility. When I finally got around to creating my YouTube channel, I posted a couple of videos and didn't post for another year after that. Again, I took action and started working hard and posting consistently, but then my environment changed and it was hard for me to film the videos, but instead of pushing through it and finding the way to make it work, I stopped filming altogether. Most people have a victim mentality. They know they can learn things, they know they can do things to change their life, but they just don't want to face reality, and they blame others, the universe, the circumstances, or whatever for their lack of satisfaction with their lives. As I said, all of that can affect and impact the final outcome, but what you really need to think about is, can I do something about it or not? Is there something in my control that I can take action on? And quite frankly, am I going to use that as an excuse not to take any action? The questions you need to choose between are, what is going to happen to me versus what actions am I going to take? Another big one is perfectionism. This one, I think, comes in two different forms. The first one is that you never finish the actions you start because they need to be perfect or they're never good enough. I got stuck on this freaking video. I had an idea in mind. I wanted it to be a certain way. I put so much time into it, but there were still some things that I needed to perfect until it became a chore so big and so daunting that I just kept putting it off, and that's how it's been over a year, I guess. And the other one is that all the conditions around you just need to be perfect before you take action. But the truth is, you don't need to know everything. You don't need something to be perfect to start or to even finish. The key here is to take action on the fundamentals. Once you know the basics of something, just take massive, immediate action. Find out what the base fundamentals that you need to accomplish your goals are and take massive action on them every single day. Once you've learned what the basics are, you need to start applying them immediately. Then once you've started building momentum, once you've made it a habit, you can start looking at the details, learning more and trying to improve upon it. And here's where I think many people go wrong too, is that once they think they've gotten really good at something, they just stop doing the fundamentals altogether. And if there's a piece of advice that I wish I knew sooner, is that the basic boring shit gets you like 80% of the way there. It's the foundation you need to build everything else, and if you take that out, everything else crumbles. Let's use health and fitness as an example. Everyone pretty much knows the basics. Don't eat junk, exercise, eat your vegetables, drink your water, whatever, get enough sleep. But people get lost in the details. What type of diet should I eat? Do I need to do this exercise more like this or like that? Should I have superfoods or super green mixes every morning? Like, yeah, all of that is great. It may have some impact, but let's be honest, if you're not doing the basics right, if you eat junk and don't exercise, drink your super green mix, whatever, what difference is it really going to make? Let's move to the next reason why most people don't take action, and that is fear of failure. I had this feeling that the video was never going to be good enough and that I was not going to be good enough. I was going to be a failure, so why show that to the world, right? This is probably one of the biggest ones, and maybe, in my opinion, one of the dumbest ones, even though it's also one of the biggest ones for me, and that is the fact that, you are not guaranteed success by taking action, but failure is definitely guaranteed if you don't do anything. The video is finally done. I've uploaded it and it's scheduled for this afternoon. I can't believe it's finally done after so long. So if you want to check it out, the video will be on my channel, and also I leave a link down below. I read somewhere, any attempt at action is better than inaction. An attempt can go wrong, but inaction inevitably results in failure. I think that sums it up pretty accurately, but if you need more convincing, if you're the type of person who doesn't do stuff because you're afraid of failing and you're afraid of what other people might think if you fail, like Alex Hormozi says, just think about what other people might think if you don't even try. Oh, and by the way, I posted the video less than 2 days ago and it's been my best performing video so far, finally. And I would say this is something that most people forget, is that taking action is one side of the coin, but quitting is the other one. So even if you take action and do the things you need to do, if you don't see results and you then quit, you're not going to see the results you want anyway. What stops people from achieving their dreams is that they stop taking action. They try, and then when it doesn't work, they just stop. But what if the end of the tunnel is just 8 feet away and you just stop digging? If only you kept at it a little longer, you would see the light. Maybe a single action won't make that big of a difference, but a lifetime of inaction will.